Are you bored of The Sims 4? Maybe the Infant update broke all your mods in CC, or the new expansion pack isn't quite what you expected. Well, don't worry, because in this video, we'll be going over everything you need to know to play the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 3, the superior Sims game. This guide is designed for players with at least a little Sims 3 experience, but it will also go into great detail for any beginners. So whether you're new to The Sims 3 or just looking for a new gameplay challenge, I think you'll find this video useful. However, no previous knowledge of the actual challenge will be necessary. I've also included timestamps in the video so you can jump around to the section that you need more information on. Oh, and before we begin, if you enjoy playing The Sims, then you should probably hit the subscribe button as well. And let me know about your experiences playing the 100 Baby Challenge. Did you play it in The Sims 3 or in The Sims 4, and how far did you get? Personally, I've made it to baby number 42 in The Sims 4 before I gave up. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. As with any long-term Sims challenge, your initial step is to create a new game, and in The Sims 3, that means selecting which world you want to play in as well. I'm sure I could make a whole video debating which world is technically the best to choose. You can choose a world with more single men to have more partners, or you could choose a world with the best harvestables and fishing to make more simoleons. But since this challenge takes many hours to complete, it's recommended to simply choose the world that you like best. For many players, that could mean choosing Sunset Valley, but technically you can choose any of the expansion pack or store worlds for your challenge. Although Twinbrook might be an odd choice considering your Sims won't have time to pursue an active career. To truly begin the 100 Baby Challenge, you must first begin by selecting or creating your Matriarch. This is one of the most fun parts of the challenge, and this will be the only Sim that you're able to customize and choose traits for. So take your time and make your selections carefully. For the official challenge, the Sim you create should be a young adult female, so that way she can have as many babies as possible. However, this can change if you wish to adjust your challenge with some house rules, which will be covered later in this video. In terms of aesthetics, you can make your Sim look any way you'd like. Babies in The Sims 3 will inherit genetic traits from their parents and occasionally grandparents, such as hair colors, skin tones, and facial features. So your future generations will be sprinkled with the likeness of the Sim that you create here. Many players choose to include a distinctive family feature, such as a unique hair or eye color, so they can see that trait pop up throughout their challenge. When it comes to personality, your choices will impact the difficulty of the entire first generation of gameplay. 5 traits may seem like a lot for a Sim, especially when coming from The Sims 4, but with many helpful traits available, you'll definitely have to make some tough decisions. Do you want your Sim to be a great kisser and irresistible to romance Sims with ease? Or do you want them to be family-oriented and neat so that way they can take care of the kids easier? Also important to consider is how your Matriarch will be supporting the family. If you're a basic Simmer who plans on having her paint masterpieces, then the artistic trait could be well worth investing in. Other generally helpful traits include frugal, flirty, natural cook, handy, schmoozer, kleptomaniac, social butterfly, and lucky. The more expansion packs you have, the harder this choice will be. For a true challenge, you could always randomize the traits for your initial Sim, or purposefully select traits to make the challenge more difficult. In most cases, selecting a lifetime wish for your Sim is the most critical choice you get to make, and for the 100 Baby Challenge, this is no exception. You are supposed to complete the wish for each of your matriarchs, so it's important to choose something that can be completed concurrently with the challenge. Some sources cite that you cannot choose the surrounded by family aspiration, since you'll likely complete that by having your first babies in the challenge anyway. But even if it's allowed, some lifetime wishes will be even easier to complete earlier on in the challenge. Try selecting one of the wishes that involves maxing a skill that you have a corresponding trait for. If you wanted to make money by gardening, then pick Green Thumb and select the gardening lifetime wish. It's also important to note that none of the career aspirations should be chosen, since technically the matriarchs are not allowed to have actual jobs. Again, we'll go into a full list and explanation of the official rules a little later in this video. For the sake of the challenge and The Sims 3 in general, the favorites and zodiac sign are not significant factors to gameplay, so these can be selected or randomized at your discretion. However, it's been cited that listening to kids radio will increase your chance of having twins. So if your Sim likes kids music, then you might be having babies a little bit faster. Like many other Sims challenges, the next step is to select a lot to move into. You're able to choose an existing starter home to renovate, or an empty lot to build your own. The official rules state that most cheats are not allowed, so either way you'll have to stick to the budget of 16,500 simoleons. Regardless of which you choose, there are a few things to keep in mind. Firstly, your house doesn't have to look nice, it just has to be suitable for the challenge, and a basic rectangle with a good floor plan can be a great choice. You'll need to expand eventually as you have more babies, so starting with a simple shape will make renovations and expansion easier. In terms of necessities, a few hundred simoleons worth of child items from the buy catalog can go a long way. Of course, you will need a crib and a potty chair, but you should also pick up a few toys, a high chair, and any store items that you have access to, like the changing table or baby swing. Keep in mind that you can also have twins or even triplets in this game, so make sure you get a second crib or leave enough space and money for one just in case. Also, if you have your first baby quickly, then they may age up faster than you expect, so investing in a child bed early on can be a wise choice as well. For your adult sim, you'll need the basics, such as a kitchen and bathroom, as well as a functional floor plan. But a double bed is also a must when it comes to this challenge, for obvious reasons. Of course, you can woohoo in many places in this game, but having a reliable space in your bustling household will make things much easier. You must also include a way for your sims to make money, so a gardening space, easel, and musical instrument are great options for your starter home. Finally, regardless of which direction you're going with this challenge, a bookshelf is essential for quick learning of some basic, helpful skills for any sim. When you begin this challenge, the process of having 100 babies can seem overwhelming to most players. It's much easier to break the challenge down, and if you really think about it, this challenge only requires 3 main things: social skills, financial stability, and domestic care. For early gameplay, make sure you start meeting some male sims and finding out who's single. This will make finding potential fathers more efficient in the future. It's also a good idea to work on your charisma skill early on. This will make romancing sims easier and faster, saving you lots of time overall. Keep in mind that although you can use the mirror for this, you can also get the charisma skill with successful interactions with other sims. For making money, there are many options at your disposal, even if you're just playing with the base game. Your sim can create art, write novels, grow crops, fish for rare specimens, or complete opportunities for the community in order to earn simoleons. Again, the more expansion packs you have, the more options will be available to you. But as a quick side note, using cats to make you rich is not permitted in the challenge. Try and gain a skill point or two in your desired non-career skill, because once you're pregnant, your motives will decay faster, so having a sim learn a few things before this will make life much easier during a good chunk of this challenge. Finally, and perhaps the most obvious, you'll need a functional home in order to be successful in the 100 baby challenge. And this goes beyond building a good house. Your sim will need to be able to cook meals, repair items, and take care of many children all on her own. Experienced simmers will already prioritize this, but make sure you get some cooking skill early on in order to avoid preventable kitchen fires. Positive buffs from good meals will also make learning other skills a little easier. One thing that is easy to overlook though is the handiness skill. At first, it doesn't seem that important, but being able to upgrade your appliances and plumbing is a blessing once your kids start growing up. This shouldn't be the first skill you prioritize, but no pun intended, it comes in handy once your kids start using the bathroom by themselves. Next, we're going to list all the official rules for the challenge. These are the rules posted by Amasay on Mod The Sims, and from my research, seems to be the earliest official rendition of the challenge. And most other sources, such as Simmers Wikipedia pages, all cite this original list. You may also choose to use a more updated version of rules or make your own changes, but for the purpose of this video, let's stick to the official rules. Your founder may only leave the house to complete opportunities and meet men. She may not have a job. Infants can be aged up immediately if you wish. Toddlers can be aged up as soon as they can walk, talk, and use the potty, but not before. If you don't get these done, you must wait for the game to age them up. Children and teens may be aged up once they have an A in school and you get the message about your child reaching an honor roll. Teens may get a part-time job to help out. Young adults may be moved out immediately, or you can wait, but they cannot get a full-time job while living in the house. You may hire a maid, but you have to stop them from helping with the toddlers. You may not use apples or watermelon to determine the gender of a baby. You may not choose any traits for any sim except the founder. The last female to be born from the founder will continue the challenge. Your founder may not get married while living in the house. Your founder may be moved out as soon as she is an elder to make room, or as long as there is another adult sim in the house. If you manage to not get a girl, obviously the challenge has failed. That's the only way you can really fail. You may not use any cheats except to reset a sim if you need. Your sim may never hire a babysitter. You have to wait until other children are old enough to take care of it. You may not send your children to boarding school, as the school takes care of the child. Take these rules for what they are. They're just guidelines to help you get the true essence of the challenge. Of course, you're able to adjust and add in your own rules as you see fit. A few simmers have even tried this challenge with a male sim and alien pregnancies, so the only limit is your imagination. To cap off this video, let's go over some bonus tips that may cater to more experienced players, or for those who like to min-max their experience. Opportunities are a great way to make money in The Sims 3, but opportunities are limited by certain criteria. Many will be unavailable due to their career requirements, however, certain skills provide profitable events on occasion. For example, a sim with a high handiness skill will be sent items by their neighbors to repair and return for simoleons. This can give you a great boost of unexpected income, especially when you're stuck at home with the toddlers. Another tip for this challenge, and just for The Sims in general, is to invest in a really good bed for your matriarch as soon as possible. This isn't always an option when first starting out because they're expensive, but getting a sleeping spot with high energy and stress relief will make the remainder of your life much easier. Your sim will be pregnant constantly throughout the challenge and will have a penalty applied to their energy meter, so this is a good way to make up for it. They won't be available until you've been playing for a while, but don't forget about lifetime rewards. Make sure you're thinking about earning points from the very start of your challenge. This can be done by completing wants as they pop up in your UI panel. Some things require only a few in-game minutes to complete, so just be aware of what's available. As for the rewards themselves, many come in handy for this challenge and are completely allowed, even according to the official rules. Of course, an obvious choice would be fertility treatment, especially if your sim is less socially inclined and would rather have more babies at once. But others can be just as useful, such as speed cleaner, opportunistic, attractive, and fast learner. Essentially, there are no bad choices, since all of these seem to provide some sort of benefit to your sim. Well, that concludes my tutorial for the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 3. Let me know, did you ever try the 100 Baby Challenge, and what game did you try it in? This challenge has been around in some form or another since The Sims 2, so depending on when your Sims obsession began, your experience could be totally different from anybody else. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for some more quality, retro-focused Sims content. And a special thank you to my dedicated Simmers for sponsoring this channel and making it possible for me to bring you more videos like this. See you all in the next one. Boom.